Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing amazing. It is so cold and windy outside today, so instead of me shooting part of my video outside, I'm doing it all in here, right at my desk. This is where all the magic happens during the week. This is where I plan my lessons. This is where I write my cards. This is where I do all my work. So this is my favorite, one of my favorite spots in the house. So, anyway, I would like to ask you a few questions today in preparation for church tomorrow. Number one, what are toys? I'm sure that's a pretty easy question to answer. You probably thought of something like things that you play with and have fun with, and you might have even thought of specific toys like maybe cars or dinosaurs, your play kitchen, blocks, so many different things that we play with. And so that was probably a little too easy. I have a second question. What is food? I know that's probably a pretty easy question too. You're probably thinking that food is something that we eat that keeps us healthy and makes us strong. And you might have thought of some of your favorite foods, like maybe bananas, oranges, apples, cheese, yogurt, snacks, or maybe even pizza. So that was a pretty easy question too. But I have a third question. What is worship? Think about that for a minute. What is worship? I know you've probably heard the word, especially at church. I know I've said the word worship many, many, many times. But what is worship? Do you wonder? Go ahead and pause the video and go find a grown-up in your house and go ask them what they think worship is, and then come back. Did the grown-up in your house say the same thing about worship as you were thinking, or did they think of something different than you? Well, just like when you thought of toys and you were able to think of specific toys that you have or that you love, and when I asked you about food, you probably thought of specific foods that you have in the house or that you love. Worship is the same. There are lots of things that we can think about when we think about worship. It's not necessarily just one thing. So, what could worship be? What might be some things that make up worship? Well, I have a challenge for families if any of you want to take this challenge. It's optional, but if you do, grab a piece of paper or a note card and write down the word worship just like this. And then today as a family, think about things that you think make up worship. One for each letter of worship. For example, W. Can you think of something that makes up worship that starts with a W? Can you think of something that makes up worship that starts with an O? And continue through the entire word of worship if you can. I would love for you to bring these tomorrow so that when we talk about things that make up worship, you can share what your family thinks. We can take all of our ideas and put them together. So hopefully by the end of our lesson tomorrow, you will see that worship is made up of so many different things. I hope that I see you tomorrow. I hope today that you stay safe and warm, and you may want to stay out of that wind because boy, oh boy, I tried to video out there and it is very, very cold. This is me if I tried to do the video outside today. No, definitely, definitely not going to work. I hope that I see you tomorrow as we talk about worship and try to figure out what makes up worship. And if you can't be with us tomorrow, we will miss you. We love you. We will be praying for you. And whether you make it tomorrow or don't forget to look for the follow-up video tomorrow afternoon that will recap our lesson so that you can see what we thought worship was made of. Have a wonderful Saturday, everyone. I love you, and I'll see you soon. I'm sure that's a pretty easy answer. I have a quick I have a second question. What might be some things? I hope to see you tomorrow so that we can talk about I hope that I see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Saturday, everyone. I hope